in oil painting, and it's as part of a series that I've done on trucks. And the interesting thing is, even though it's a painting of a truck, it's not really about trucks. It's really about structure, about content, about the kind of contrast and contradiction between the things man makes that are very graphic and the things that nature makes, which are really mostly irregular and quite chaotic. And that the dialogue between those two things are kind of the meat of the paintings.
I thought the idea is really interesting, working with the flat shapes as they press against the pictorial plane, contrasted with the landscape that works back depth-wise into the painting. So I really think she's on to something unique and kind of playing with that pictorial surface and its plasticity back and forth. I think both examples are working well with that, and you can kind of see a little display of her paint handling, which I think is really interesting. And I think we're going to see more of this series developing further as she starts to work with the landscape elements as well as these flat shapes that are representational abstract simultaneously. There's a nice tension in between the two.
I believe that Susan's work also has a lot of generosity and a lot of reading from an abstract level, as well as something more when you step back from it, as well as what I've met her for already as being a really generous person as an artist, which is a little harder to come by these days.
Susan was my student and occasionally still is for the last 4 or 5 years here at the Education Alliance. And I've had the opportunity to watch her develop quite a bit, from beginning oil painting with still lifes to much more, as you can see now, complex investigations in oil paint, and as well as a few other series which aren't on display, which are equally as compelling as this one. Susan's always been really dedicated, more so than a lot of the average students who come to painting. She's very self-motivated. She kind of propels her own development a lot. Her biggest thing is she's a risk taker. She tries to push herself by coming up with new problems to figure out, and it's all very much earned knowledge. I think that she's come upon a way of finding a way to find a new challenge, solve it, use it, grow from it, and move on. And I think these are examples of where the idea is equally as interesting as the paint handling, and I think that's a good step forward in her work. She's a marvelous painter, and you're probably going to see a lot more of it soon.